Okay, boys and girls, or whatever you identify as, I am at U-Haul right now. It's about 7:22 in the morning, and we're gonna see if we can get some stuff done today. Now, today is gonna be a very long and interesting day because I have to get a trailer, I have to go to the RMV, I have to do all kinds of stuff today, and the salvage inspection today is for Dolores, so today's a pretty big day. I think today and figuring out whether or not she could supercharge are probably the two biggest days that I'm gonna have in a long time. U-Haul is one of those weird places that for some reason is very, very, very understaffed no matter when I come here. So whenever I come here, there's no one working at the desk. I think they have one person here throughout the entire day to keep you as frustrated as possible. What I should do, I should probably just start taking stuff. I bet you if I start taking stuff, that's when the alarms will be set off. All right, I'm just gonna walk around for another 45 minutes until someone shows up. All right, so I got my trailer, and the thing I'm frustrated about is they probably gave me the most rickety, rink-a-dink trailer I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this thing looks like it was beat to death multiple times. It looks like someone forklifted a Tesla Model S directly onto this and destroyed the rear fender. I don't know who did that. Yeah, now you're touching it, yeah. The thing that bugged me about being in there is that there were a lot of customers complaining about how long they had to wait. The thing is, it's that, stop complaining. If you don't like waiting in line, buy a trailer or buy a van. Let's look at how sexy Dolores looks one more time. Man, she's sexy. Gosh, man. Can't get over how sexy this car is. Alright, so let's see. There's a couple things that I have to do still. I have to finish up the frunk for this car. And I have to check the paperwork. I have to bring a check to pay for the inspection. The most ridiculous thing ever is I have to pay for the inspection at the RMV as opposed to paying at the inspection place. So I have to pay beforehand, then bring it to the inspection place to prove that I paid. I have to bring a check, and what else do I have to do? I also have to get air in the tires of the Tesla because guess what? If you step on the brake of the car, which I don't have the key, so this is kind of pointless, but I actually got the error message to go away about the tire system, which is awesome. So I actually drove the car just around the block a few times. I got up to about 20 miles an hour. For about maybe 30 seconds or so, and after driving around for maybe like a minute, the error message went away and it said the tires were calibrated, which is fantastic. However, it is now measuring the tire pressures in each wheel, and it's saying that one of the tire pressures is low. And the thing that stinks about these older cars, which drives me crazy, is that I can't tell what tire it is. So I have to keep putting pressure in each wheel, and essentially till the light goes away. And hopefully the light does go away in time for the inspection, because if they see that message, they're probably gonna freak out. Let's take a look-see. I gotta finish the rest of this frunk. Ta-da! Looks pretty good. I'm gonna put it in the trailer as high as it can go, just so it could clear the trailer lip. And then, man, how am I gonna get out of this thing? I may have to get out of the rear doors because the fenders for the trailer are kind of high. Sorry, not high, but they're very forward, so I might not be able to open these doors. Set her up to high. Suspension, very high. Can I see it going up a little bit? See that? Kind of cool, huh? Let's get her out here. Front trunk, yeah. Get over yourself. So now I'm backing out. It's gonna require a lot of skill to do this by myself. This is something that's not exactly easy to do. Let's see how far I get. Okay, let's take a quick pause here, because once I do this, I'm not getting out of this car anytime soon. Okay, it's definitely on there pretty good. Wow. Not much room for error. Ooh, okay. This would have been a bad situation. This car is a lot wider than I thought it was. Do I have room here? Yeah, not much. Oh boy. I'm gonna bring her to the right a bit. right, you don't have to see this whole thing. I'm gonna figure this thing out eventually. All right, well, I think I did it. The only issue is I gotta get out of this car using the back seat. And I'll tell you something. There's a couple things that hurt me. And one of them is definitely the fact that, oh, okay, I can't get out. Holy crap. I can't get out. Huh. Well, that's not good. Guess I'm going out the back. Jeez, Louise. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Okay. Man, this thing is on there. This car is on there. How curbed are these wheels? Yeah, these are pretty curbed. Oh, crap. Oh, my poor wheels. Or should I say my wife's poor wheels. That rash is all the way around. That's all right. I'll get them refinished. Not a big deal. But she's on there. One thing that hurt me are the wheel spacers. Look at the car on this side. It's flush to right there. On the other side, it's actually over. So this car is freaking wide. It's wide. But she's on. You know, I'm gonna strap her up, and this is how she's gonna get to the inspection place. Now that Dolores is loaded up, let's just get to one of my favorite features on my truck is the air suspension that I added. This makes it so that, oh, it's already has some PSI in it. Okay, 15 PSI, interesting. Let's get the other side. All right. Oh wow, yeah, there's already PSI in there, which is why the rear end of the truck isn't sagging, so it should be able to handle this load with no problem. I have to go to the gas station still and fill up each tire with, I think it's 45 PSI. I just tested a couple of them, and it showed that they were at 30, which is probably what I would expect most people to fill them up at, not knowing how much PSI these cars need in the tires. Okay, so I'm parked here, taking up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spaces. This is the worst setup for an RMV I've ever seen in my entire life. So the car's gonna stay here for a little bit while I walk over to the RMV. It's still relatively early. It's like 9, I don't know, 45 in the morning or so. And hopefully it shouldn't be that crazy. The whole setup of the RMV doesn't make any sense to me for this specific example, because you have to go here and pay for the inspection as opposed to going to the actual inspection place to pay. So it's just adding an additional step, which I don't think is needed, but hey, what do I know? Okay, a lot of cars in the parking lot and a line out the door, so that's not a good sign. I can't even get in to get a number yet. All right, I paid my fee. I just paid $50 for a sheet of paper saying that I paid $50. So that was about an hour and a half in there. It wasn't that bad, but I'll tell you one thing right now. The thing is that the guy at the place, he was cool.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Where is the RMV?
RMV? Go down here and you take a right. You'll see a line of people out there. You'll see them. Go here, see where that guy's walking right now? Follow him in there. You'll see it. Sure. So yeah, the guy was cool. The guy said, hey, you know what? Oh, you're listing a Tesla, huh? You got a salvage Tesla? I was like, yeah. And he said, well, it's awesome, it's a Tesla, but you know, it's a salvage title. I was like, yeah, but it's a Tesla. And he was like, shoot, yeah, you're right. So he asked me a bunch of questions about it. He wanted to know, you know, how long it took to charge, where I plan on plugging it in, if I have a home charger at home, and all interesting questions. He was genuinely interested in the car, and he said he wanted me to stop by again so he could actually see it once it's inspected and everything. So that was cool. I mean, I'll tell you, the car is very interesting, but it definitely brings a lot of people together. It brings a lot of questions. People ask a lot of questions about it because they're genuinely interested in the tech. So I'm gonna head off to the salvage inspection place right now to see where that portion of the story takes me. All right, so here we are. I'm at the police inspection place, and the guy immediately came out and said that not to take the car off the trailer. So I'm not feeling very good about this at all. I have a feeling that he may send me packing. But here she is with her doors up, with her everything up, and they want me to, they took my paperwork and they're gonna look over it to see whether or not they could find VIN number information. They gave me a hard time about the glue that I used to reseal the headlights, but that was my personal thing. You know, he went through the talks about how it's a flooded car and I have to replace all the electronics, and I told him that, you know, I did that, and he said that even still things might pop up later on. Again, the car's still on the trailer. He took my paperwork, he took the R&V forms, he took everything that I've been working on this morning, and he's gonna look at a few things. His main focus is to make sure that none of the parts were in fact stolen. There were a couple of things on the receipts that were handwritten, and I think he wants to verify that, you know, I didn't write it, and those were official documents, and nothing was falsified, and everything's legitimate. But you know, it's looking kind of tough right now. You know, it's definitely tough. He may send me packing. I may have to go home. I don't know. I don't know what today's gonna hold for me. I mean, the car looks great sitting here in the trailer, but you know, he assured me, you know, don't take it off the trailer. There's a lot of things I have to check. I gave him my VIN. He wants other things from the insurance company that I don't have. He just wants to check a few things over. I understand he's just doing his job, and you know, I can't fault him for that, of course. You know, this is what he was assigned to do. But at this point, I'm just kind of waiting. I hope that he gives me good news. I hope that he tells me I'm not SOL. He was talking about having VIN numbers on the battery pack that from the car that was replaced, and you know, I told him, hey, you know, I don't believe that there are VIN numbers stamped on the packs. However, there are part numbers on them. He said no, he wants to make sure that there's a VIN number on the battery, and I don't think those are things that could actually happen. This is really tough. This is a really tough one. It's already noon. I'm not at work yet. It's hard. It's really hard. So I'm gonna wait and see what he comes back with. You know, even if he sends me packing, you know, I want to know that there's a chance that I could still get the car on the road successfully. So earlier I went to a gas station and I put up the tires to 45 psi. The TPMS light was going off saying that there was low tire pressure, so I pumped those up to 45 psi. Originally they were at 30 psi, which is I get, you know, most cars are between 30 and 32 psi, but the Tesla is a lot higher than that. Well, here we go, boys and girls. Today was an absolute failure today. I got my big fat rejected sticker for the car. I can't even look at that car right now. Don't even look at me. Today wasn't really that good of a day. Today was, I would say, a failure. Let's see, I also have a flat tire. Oh, Jesus. You know, again, I heard that loud crashing noise. I'm thinking to myself, okay, you know, what could that be? Did the car fall off? No. But look, I swear to God, I can't catch a break. I can't catch a break. I can't. I cannot catch a break. I can't catch a break. I just can't. You know, at times like this, you'll wonder if it's still worth it. You know what I mean? Oh boy. Again, my life is just full of failure. I can't do this anymore. I can't. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'm taking the car off and I'm driving it home. I don't care. I'm just done at this point. I'm just gonna take it off the trailer, drive it home, and get a ride back from my wife. That's all I can do, really. That's not helping anything. I have to lug this thing back to U-Haul. I missed the majority of the days of work today. It seems like nothing's going right. I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It's just, you know, things have gotten pretty bad. Things just, you know, the guy was super nice, don't get me wrong. You know, he was very understanding, but he still didn't pass me. There's a lot of things that the car still needs, he says. He wouldn't even let me get the car off the trailer. And I was saying before, there were certain things that he expected the car to have. He wanted me to have a few more receipts for items over $50. So the problem with that is that I can't give someone a receipt for something that I repaired. Let's just say I had a cracked headlight the dealership says the insurance appraiser says, in order to get this car functioning 100%, you need to have this light fixed or replaced. So you can't put a cost on fixing something yourself. You could put a receipt or a cost on something that you buy new, but if you're fixing it yourself, you can't do that. That was one of the things. I also needed a copy front and back of my driver's license. It's like, really? But those are the rules, and I didn't pass because of those things. It's tough. Things like that. It's a huge setback. I'm kind of, moral-wise, I'm not feeling so good about things right now, and it just really stinks. I really had high hopes of getting things done today, but I just couldn't muster it. So who knows what time I'll get to work today, and I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know where this is going to go, because my biggest fear is having them say no again. And the biggest thing is above all this that I didn't discuss is that I gave the person a list of the things that I replaced in the car, which is pretty much everything, but they want to see an insurance appraisal report. And you know what? I do not have that. The reason why I do not have that is because Progressive Insurance does not provide the insurance report for flooded cars. They automatically assume that the car is a total loss when it's been flooded, and they don't bother generating an insurance report. So then now what? So if I were to tell the person, hey, I replaced everything in this car, here are the receipts for the things that I purchased, but they want to see an insurance report which doesn't exist, what do you do? And that is my main issue right now. That is my main problem. And she's just in a quandary right now. She's just in a very questionable state where I don't know what's going to happen next. I really don't. I can't go there again and have them fail me again, because they're going to flag the car and say, hey, this thing isn't road ready, or it can't be legalized ever. That's the main thing. The main thing is finding that appraisal, and Progressive won't do it. I called them and they said, hey, we didn't even bother generating an insurance report for this car, because if it's been in the flood, then it's an automatic total loss. We don't write a report for it. There is no documentation on the car. So as of right now, I have a 5,000 pound paperweight in my driveway, and that's the issue with this state, is that they're so focused on making sure that the car parts aren't stolen, which they're not, and I understand what they're trying to do, but it makes it a big setback for people that are doing things the right way. I have all the receipts, but they're just it's kind of ridiculous at this point. So what I had to do was I had to drive the car with 0 plate back to my house. Thankfully it's only a mile away, but I was stuck with this. I couldn't drive the truck any further on this flat tire, and it definitely couldn't support the weight of the Tesla. So now I'm kind of SOL. So the car's back here. I don't really see myself taking it back to that inspection place anytime soon. I curb rashed one of the wheels. I'm super late for work. I have a flat tire. I haven't eaten a thing today. I probably have to grab McDonald's again. You know how I feel about that. It's just not a good day. Stay tuned to see what my next plan of action is. Again, this is the second time I've gone through this. The first time was just carelessness on my part about me not renting a trailer in time. But this is just, feels like everything's falling apart today. Nothing seems to be going right. But hey, I'm in a mood. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for what the next steps are.